Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, ladies. I am so honored that you are here today. You are here because you have a message, you have a service that is already making a difference in your clients' lives. And you are here because you also know that if you could take your brand, your message, and your business to the next level, if you could scale it so it makes a greater impact and also allows you to make more money, you would do so. So, thank you, everybody. I am Dr. Anita Jackson. I'm the founder and CEO of Crown Her Rise. And today, I'm going to be taking you through a process, if you will, or maybe not even a process, an opportunity to hear more about how you can move from being just a coach in your brand, your message, and your business and step into becoming a corporate trainer. So I have been in the corporate world for quite a while. For those of you who do not know me, welcome again. My name is Dr. Anita Jackson. I'm the founder and CEO of Crown Her Rise, as you already heard. And I have a formal background as a marriage family therapist, which really has been the biggest door that has allowed me to get into the corporate arena. I started corporate work while I was in my master's program, actually. One of my professors was a corporate executive and trainer. And so he took a few of his top students and had us do workshops for one of the corporations he was working in. And so I got such great reviews that he started to use me on a regular basis. And then that opened up other doors, and the story continues to where I am today. Stepped away from it for a while, and then due to different challenges and changes in my own life and just different changes in business, and now I'm stepping back into it. Of course, we had COVID, and that changed everything. And it changed it actually in a good way that's going to support you stepping into this arena now. So, my job here is this is not really a webinar per se, it's really an opportunity for you to gain the wisdom as well as the tools that are really going to open the door to helping you secure corporate contracts that could literally take your brand new message and business to a whole nother level. I work for two smaller corporate wellness agencies. And in having the opportunity to actually connect with the founders of those agencies and attending quite a few meetings, I have been becoming more aware of what's changing in the corporate world right now. And of course, doing my own research. AI helps with that quite a bit, as you know. And in doing my research, there has never been a more powerful time to step into this arena than right now, particularly if you are a coach who speaks to relationships, leadership, communication, conflict resolution, diversity, equity, and inclusion, if you health and wellness, if you speak to any of those topics, your content, your services are so needed in the corporate arena right now. From 2020, when the pandemic took place, to now, more and more corporations are recognizing that wellness is no longer just an option that you include as a part of their EAP program, their employee assistant program. Wellness is now a requirement to help them hit their bottom line. So increase productivity, retention, engagement, and hit their bottom line, which is, making money. So because that's becoming a huge focus, they're finding that a lot of these programs that are available aren't hitting the mark at the level that they used to. So they're looking for solutions. This is something you need to pay very close attention to. They're looking for solutions to help their employees function at a much higher level. So as a coach in the online world, if you speak to anything that deals with personal development, your content, if you sell it the right way, can open up amazing doors to you. I am fortunate because I have a background in both mental health as well as in organizational leadership and psychology. Now, I've been doing this for a while, and what I've discovered is the first time I went through it, because the doors were usually open to me, having a background in mental health, it was fairly easy. But because things have changed, I'm having to approach it very differently. So today, I'm going to actually walk you through and give you some information on what's happening in the coaching world, a little bit more in depth, and then the opportunity that I now have to help you take your brand new message in your business to corporations by the end of this quarter, to be honest with you, and definitely by the end of this year, if you follow this strategic opportunity that I'm presenting to you today. So let's get started. So one of the things I want to do first is share my screen. Do I use this one? Let me use this one. I'm going to go to Canva because it just looks better and it runs better. All right, blow that up. Okay, so overall, for those of you who have registered to be in this particular seminar, you will get this playback and you'll get the PowerPoint presentation so you can read through it. And then at the end, I'm going to share 4 opportunities for you to literally take your brand new message in your business to the next level by becoming a corporate trainer. Like I said just a few minutes ago, by the end of this quarter, definitely by the end of this year. Or you can partner with me because we just stepped into something that is brilliant. And I'm just so excited about this opportunity, and I'll share a little bit more about that later. So let's get started. All right, so you are here to learn how to expand your brand new message in your business into paid opportunities with corporations or organizations. All right, so the first thing I need you to know, okay, this is in my way. Let me move my little face because it's in my way. Is that this opportunity is not just about growing your business. It's really about recognizing that there's an opportunity to help you carry more capacity than where it was capable or currently being used. Let's say it that way. You've built something meaningful. You've already served people. You're already making a difference in their lives. You're already providing transformation. And yet, especially in the online coaching world, so many of us are operating in a structure that doesn't require or allow us to move forward to the next level. Come on. Today's Friday, right? Oh, well. Thank you. For those of us with a little different, thank you very much. I guess the link, when you reply, it may say June. It's today. Anyways, regardless, this is going to be available. I'll do another one in June as well so we can move forward. But let's continue. All right, so, click this. The next thing I want you to hear is the current reality. Like I said, in the coaching arena, women specifically in this space are doing some powerful work when it comes to any kind of online teaching. The online world is saturated, as you already know. There are so many coaches out there, but in the organizational corporate world, there aren't as many women offering their services to corporations. And the reason being is getting into corporation can actually be pretty challenging. In years past, it was fairly easy. You could pretty much pitch your services because they weren't thinking about personal development or coaching or services at the time. It would be pretty easy to get in and offer your services and do the little coaching or the training that you would offer. Now, a lot more organizations have become very sophisticated, and they're much more particular about how they're going to spend their money in regards to buying your services. So you really have to have something that's going to catch their attention, that's going to help them decide we need this as a part of our organization in order for us to continue to hit our bottom line, to make to get the success that we're striving for, right? That makes sense? So the goal here is it's not about talent. It's not a talent issue. It's not a credibility issue. It's a positioning issue. The goal is how do you position your brand new message in your business in such a way that organizations say, I want to work with you. This was something I had to learn myself. In 2023, I had an opportunity to work with a major corporation, and I can see now, because hindsight obviously is 2020, that even though I was very much involved and had the opportunity to speak to Well, I think at that time it was like 1,000 individuals for that particular company. And then the company that I'm working with, the two companies I'm working with now, are typically speaking to about 50 people or so. And it's fascinating, but to get that ongoing, long term contract, you need to have more. You need to position your brand, your message, and your business to provide, I would say, an ecosystem of services that allows them to see that this is not just a one time deal. This is a long term opportunity that's going to make a huge difference in how their organization functions, how their employees are able to be productive and engaged and maintained, keeping retention. All right, so let me keep going. You'll be able to read this moving forward. So what's happening? Like I said on the other side, there's a lot of changes that's taken place, especially since COVID. And the key thing that I want you to pay attention to is that wellness, corporate wellness, is becoming a huge topic right now. And more organizations are looking for experts to come in and provide resources, training opportunities. And when I say resources or trainings opportunities, they're looking for lunch and learns, they're looking for 1-day trainings, sometimes 2-day trainings. They are looking for coaching programs. They're looking for, believe it or not, the newest one that I'm hearing is they're actually looking for retreats for their executives, because they want their executives to really develop more leadership skills in regards to how to engage their employees, how to retain their employees, how to help their employees become more successful in their overall organization. So this is where we in the coaching industry can really show up powerfully and provide solutions that's going to make a change within the organization. Okay, so the invisible strain that's taking place right now, because of COVID and because of what's going on in the world, you're experiencing this yourself. We're seeing or hearing that there is more burnout that's taking place like never before. It's no longer a personal issue, it's now becoming an organizational issue. And these are the key reasons. There's a decline in engagement, there is a reduction in productivity, there's a strain in leadership capacity, and turnover is increasing. One of the major corporations I was working with, where we were getting ready to sign the contract, they laid off in the latter part of 2023, early part of 2024, 23,000 people in one shot. One day they woke up one morning, came into the office, and 23,000 people were laid off. So that is definitely affecting, and is still affecting organizations now, because they're having to reorganize quite a few things that's taken place. And so burnout, exhaustion, overwhelm is high right now. So you want to be able to speak to that. And women in particular are experiencing higher levels of this emotional, internal, and mental exhaustion, because not only are we experiencing issues at the workplace, we're experiencing it at home just as well, because we're constantly carrying the responsibility of so many things at the same time. So it's really crucial that your brand, your message, and your business, and the services that you provide can speak to these issues long term, so that they're really developing the transformation that the organizations want, as I said before, to meet their bottom line. Oops. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, so wellness, from wellness to performance. As I said earlier when we first started, that wellness for years was seen as an option. It was a part of their EAP program, their assistance, or employee assistance program. I've been able to work on maybe two employee assistance programs, where basically an employee is informed that they have this particular program available to them, and they usually have about 5 sessions that they can have with a counselor, whether it's regarding relationship or finances or health. They only get a few sessions here. So typically EAP programs or wellness programs are reactive. And what is so crucial for those of you who are coaches, you want to go in and create an opportunity that says that you are going to help them with preventative measures, preventative strategies and resources and programs. They can be used for if there's an issue or a challenge within the organization or within a department or with individuals, absolutely. So you can deal with those reactive issues. But the goal is to say, hey, we're going to come in and give you resources that's going to help you prevent these things from happening in the future. So this is what's changing and changing very quickly right now. And this is your opportunity to provide your brand, your message, your services, your programs, your products, a combination of all those together to meet that need. Okay, next page. All right, so behind the scenes, what I've been doing and what has helped me enter into the corporate world at a deeper level, really, like I said before, I've been working with two other companies providing corporate training, like one-on-one virtual services, a training on mostly stress and health and or stress and burnout and things of that nature. And I decided I wanted to do more. I decided instead of me working for somebody else, what if I created my own opportunity, my own resources that can open up the door? And so, based on my background and all the conversations I've been having with different industry leaders when it comes to corporate wellness, I created my own framework called the Stable Workplace Method. And it's based on my assessment. I'll talk about that shortly. I'm actually going to even show it to you so you can see what it looks like. This is a sample. It's not the one you have access to, but it's one that's several. I have four of them at this point now. So our stable workplace method is built on a structured framework designed to stabilize and elevate workplace performance. This is crucial to organizations. The goal is we want to come in and say, let us assess whether your organization is stable from the employee perspective, from the performance perspective, from the cultural perspective. Are you stable? And if not, let's come in and actually address those issues by providing the services for you. So the stable method basically means safety. It's talking about your nervous system. Here's something that I think most people in the coaching industry doesn't speak to very often, is that when we are stressed, when we're burnt out, when we're overwhelmed, our nervous system is the one that's actually responding to everything that's happening in our world. And it also affects how we respond based on how it's operating in our body and our thought process and our emotional process, our emotional intelligence. All of that is being filtered through our nervous system, which is directly connected to our sympathetic or parasympathetic nervous system. And that's a whole nother conversation. But you get it. The goal here is to how do we help you come back to a sense of internal and external safety so that you can function individually and as a corporation at the highest level possible. So that's the first piece. The T is the thought and clarity. So this has to do with your mindset and everything that deals with your focus. Assets. This one I love a lot because what we're doing behind the scenes at Crown Her Rise is I've created multiple assets to really help an organization and an individual. I'll say it that way first, an individual and an organization really focus on getting results quickly. So the assessments is more than just the financial stability and capacity assessments. There's like 5 other assessments that I've got in place. There are digital products that I have. I'm sure that you've got just as well. We've got financial planners. We've got products and programs that individuals can use to help them be well, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and socially, and in all of those 8 dimensions of wellness. Those assets are there. B, behavioral, we're looking at consistency and productivity. We're looking at L as leadership identity. So confidence and decision making and how they actually lead their team or their division in being productive each and every day. Then of course expansion is how do we continue to grow and expand and become the individuals that we want. This is not a wellness initiative. This is really a workplace performance system that I've created. I absolutely love it, and I know it's going to make a huge impact. I've already talked to one organization, told them about them, they loved it. They're like, we're definitely interested in this. All right, so let me move on. So the effect that this has on business right now is, like I said earlier, that more and more employees are burned out and they're disengaged. So this is impacting how they lead, how they communicate, how they collaborate, and how they're performing in their jobs. And so again, your job as a corporate trainer is to come in to provide more than just a training. Here's where I think, and this is even kind of where I kind of failed, so many coaches do not think long term in regards to creating long-term services and programs and opportunities for organizations to continue to make the changes in their employees. What you have to learn how to communicate in the language that needs to come forward from you is that transformation doesn't happen just through one training. Transformation actually takes place over time. We really see changes in the way a person shows up, the way they think, the way they act, the way they interact with other people. It takes between 67 to almost 90 days. So the goal here is, how do I get in the door, and then how do I create a partnership with the organization that I'm providing services for at least 90 days, and if I can really set my business up powerfully, I can be there for the long haul. That's what I decided. It's like, I want to be one of those organizations that's partnering with I want to be an agency that's partnering with organizations that I can be there for years on end. So let me create a process, an ecosystem that's designed to do exactly that. Okay, so the market is shifting. Powerful opportunity right now. If you do your research, you'll find that the whole corporate wellness industry right now is a billion-dollar industry, and it's going to go up in the next 2 to 4 years. So this is the perfect time to actually say, hey, how do I get into a corporation and begin to provide my services to them so that I can create this long-term effect in my brand message and my business. All right, so this is where things start to get really interesting. Is for those of you who know me or don't know, I have a background as an organizational leadership and psychology. And so as a part of that particular aspect of my business, I got trained on assessments, and I absolutely love them. In psychology, we have so many assessments that we use to assess a person's mental well-being, their relationship, or maybe even some personality disorders. So we know that they work. They give us great resources and information to help us help an individual be well. So I thank God got the download to, maybe it's time for me to create the same kind of opportunity for organizations. So this is where I created the Workplace Stability and Performance Index, kind of based off of the Stable Workplace Method. This is a diagnostical assessment tool that measures factors impacting employees' wellness, engagement, retention across 6 core areas. So we're looking at, like I said at the very beginning, if you speak to communication, relationship, health and wellness, you speak to mindset, meditation, you speak to leadership, you speak, the new one that organizations are responding to that I've included is finances. So if you speak to finances, this is a perfect opportunity for you to share your brand, your message, and your business. So instead of guessing and organizations receiving a clear data identifying where instability is affecting their productivity, leadership, and capacity overall performance, we now have this assessment that does that for you. This is the tool. This is one of the most powerful things that you can do, is to offer an assessment that gets you in the door, that allows an organization to see very quickly where they're not stable, where there are gaps in their overall operation, in their culture, and how their employees are, functioning. So let's say one of these organizations that we're working with right now, we're giving them a link, and they're sharing this link with 50 individuals, and that is going to give me a report on every single individual who's taking that assessment, and then it's going to give me a corporate one. So I have an opportunity to look at this particular company and see from these 50 individuals, which will probably give me a good snapshot of what's actually happening in the corporation. I can from there offer the assessment and an executive, let's call it an onboarding executive debriefing. And so this allows me to say, here's what's happening in your organization right now, here's where the gaps are, and here's the solution that my business provides to help you close that gap and start to get the results that you want. That alone, if you do it really, really well, could get you between $10,000 to $15,000 just off of offering an assessment and offering a executive debriefing, and maybe one or two lunch and learns, which 9 times out of 10 about 45, 50 minutes. Just that alone could get you ten to $15,000. Now imagine if you're offering the solution right after that assessment and the results from that, and you offer additional services, group coaching, or 1 or 2 day trainings, workshops, all day trainings, group coaching, retreats, leadership, executive coaching. The opportunities will continue just off of that one assessment that you have, or that you'll have the access to use. So this is why I'm inviting you to step into this opportunity. All right, so the goal here is nowadays, just pitching your business is no longer going to work. You can go on to LinkedIn. You can reach out to an HR person, which is typically the way you go. But if you're not really offering them an immediate, what's the word I'm looking for? An immediate way to see that you can provide solutions to the gaps that are taking place in the organization, they're probably just going to pass you by. But what if you were able to approach them and say, hey, I have an assessment, this tool that will give you immediate insight into the patterns, into the gaps, into the challenges, into the instabilities that are taking place in your organization right now. I would love to see if you're open to ... And then you create this opportunity for them to connect to you, and you use your assessment and make the changes that I'm presenting to you right now. So this is what leads to workshops, trainings, leadership sessions, and long-term engagement, and how conversations can turn into contracts. I really wanted to make sure I read that for you, because that's definitely how it's working on my end, and I know that it'll work for you. So I decided I want to create an opportunity for the coaches that I am in partnership with, or the women that I know, or many of you, to actually utilize my assessment. And so what I'm creating now is our CHR, Certification Corporate Expansion Partnership. This is really a structured experience designed to help you expand your brand, your message, and your business into the corporate environments with clarity and with confidence. The goal here is to help you learn how to translate everything that you do into corporate language. This is so important. You've got to say the right words, because if you were to say, let's say, the divine, they'd probably kick you out instantaneously. You're not going to be hired to come in and offer support long term. That doesn't mean that you're wrong. You just have to say it in a very different way. Maybe you say it from the perspective of your own sense of knowing and your own sense of worth, saying it in those kinds of words. And the goal is, how do I also position myself as a solution provider? And using an assessment is a huge way, a powerful way to do that, in moving that conversation into an opportunity. All right, so here's what I'm offering. I am looking for and offering to all of you who are interested the use of our assessment. Let's say with step one, the assessment access. This is for $397. You have the ability to learn and use my workplace stability and performance assessment. And what comes with this is my manual that tells you all about the assessment. Actually, let me do this. Let me actually show you so you can see exactly what this assessment looks like. I'm going to show you my old one. So this one is my Exhausted Woman assessment. So this template is the same template I use for all of my assessments. They're just different subject matters. So the front of it is basically the description of the assessment, the name of it, how it works, all the specific questions that are in there. I give you a detailed understanding of what the questions are and what we're going to focus on, and then the results that you're going to get at the end. So let me show you what it looks like on the inside, because this is going to be important to you. So let's say someone completes, let me go out actually, because I want you to see the question. So once someone registers, they add their name and their email address, then they start the assessment, and what they're going to do is they're going to go through a series of 40 questions. these 40 questions have been broken into specific categories. Each category has a series of 5 questions, and all of those questions together are going to give a score. So let me go back out, because that's what I want you to see. Is once they answer all the questions, they're going to immediately get a results page. And that results page for this particular assessment and the corporate one, it breaks it down into, here are all the categories and here's your results. And depending upon how they score, because it will score it for you, you don't have to try to figure that out. The assessment's designed to do that. It will let me know if it's high, moderate, or low, moderate, or strong. I use strong instead of high. And then from there, this is what's so beautiful about this assessment. Once someone reads their particular brief description of their results, then come back out, and we're going to go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Where are you? That's it right there. Yeah. Once they complete the assessment and they get their results, they have an opportunity to upgrade. They get to upgrade to getting a full report that gives them all the details to their results. So let's say a woman takes this assessment, she finds out that she's in survival mode. And so now she decides, okay, I need to know a little bit more than what I got from the assessment. Let me go ahead and buy the report. She buys a report for $27. She gets in her email a full, beautifully designed report that tells her about what she's probably experiencing, what she's been dealing with, the effects that it has on her personally, mentally, emotionally, financially, relationally. It just kind of goes through the holistic aspect of the challenges that she may be having. And it also gives her solutions. It tells her, here's what you need to be focusing on, here's what you need to be paying attention to. And if you're wanting additional support, here's a self-directed 21-day program. She clicks on that, she can now buy that program, which is an email. It's a dripped, self-directed email and audio program. So now she gets to every single day receive an email with an audio with some information that's going to help her begin to move out of survival into her next level of not being an exhausted woman, let's say it that way. Well, the same thing applies to the corporate assessment. Every single time someone takes the assessment, they will get a results page. It tells them exactly what's going on in their personal life as an individual. As a corporation, you're going to get a bigger report that tells you about what's happening with the organization as a whole. You get to use that information as a part of your debriefing. And so from there, the individual and the corporation can buy into different programs. Obviously, the individual gets a different track, whereas the organization has multiple opportunities. So what we're building behind the scenes and the partnership that we've just solidified, or we are going to be finalizing probably next week, is now a corporation has an opportunity to receive multiple services from Crown Horizon that focuses on physical, mental health and wellness, as well as the personal development side as well. So we've got about 5 different tracks on both sides that they can buy into, which will allow me to offer services to one organization long term. And the goal is to create those kinds of contracts. So the only reason why this is happening, and just so that you'll know, behind the scenes, I'm actually in conversation with a company right now who is looking at our assessment for their company. I'm hoping to start for us to close that deal probably in the next couple of weeks. So far, the responses have been great. The answer has been yes, 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 and sometimes it takes a while because there are multiple people who have to approve for this particular service or any services to be open. But because I started and approached them with the assessment, that door opened very quickly, and it's creating the momentum that I'm wanting. All right, so for those of you who have been in business for a while, you have your own ecosystem, you already have a lot of products and programs probably already in place. Some things are evergreen, so it's just easy for you to just send a link and have people start watching your videos, reading your ebooks or your digital programs and courses. If you've already have that, this is the perfect step to take, is to just get in and get access to this assessment. So how this works is once you sign up for this, we're going to create behind the scenes a specific link for the assessment specifically for you so that you can use it. And then with that, you actually get 100 participation. It's called 100 participation leads, which basically means you can send that link to 100 participants. And then as these individuals sign in, they take their assessment, you'll actually get a report that and access to all of their scores. So you're going to get their scores, you're going to get their feedback, you're going to get their information, you're going to get their email so that you can use it to sell them into other programs. So all that's a part of your business so that you can continue to provide services to them. Now, for those of you who want to go to the next level, we are looking and I'm offering our Certified Corporate Facilitator opportunity. This is a little bit more in depth because now you get to become a facilitator who not only gets to teach our stable workplace method, and you will learn the full framework of our workplace stability and performance assessment, you will actually have access to some additional materials that you can use to help you actually sell your brand new message, your business to any corporations with more confidence. Because the goal is, how do I integrate this into my brand and my message consistently? So those of you who already have something, you just want the assessment to open up the door, we've got that. For those of you who want to be trained and want to confidently pursue your own corporate contracts, being certified is going to be the way to go. Plus, those of you who step into certification, we have another opportunity behind the scenes for you, and that is once you are certified, and I'll be the one who will train you through everything. Once you're certified, you have an opportunity to become co-branded with me, which basically means once you're certified, all the materials that we have that is in partnership or that we use as a part of our stable method, workplace method, and the assessment can be co-branded to you. So I'm going to sit down with you and say, okay, what's your brand? What's your logo? Let me have all that information, and we're going to design the whole entire package behind the scenes. So that means every single report for every single level that is a part of the assessment you get under your brand. We're going to have your bio included as a part of the assessment. You'll also have, I'll help you set up the 21-day program. We'll decide if you want to use what we have, because it's my voice that's speaking, or if you want to create it yourself, and we'll give you the script and help you be able to do that for yourself. That's powerful. All right, that alone is going to open up some doors and help you have the upsales so that you can continue to make the impact for your clients. And then, of course, you can use that as the lead-in, as the entry point to helping you continue to sell your brand, your message, and your services to corporations. Now, for those of you who are like, I really want to step into the corporate world, I'm no longer really wanting to hustle and trying to get individual clients in the coaching world that's taking place right now. Sorry, that's noise in the background. Hopefully you don't hear that, but if you do, just ignore it for a minute. It only lasts for a moment. Is actually working with me during our private corporate expansion intensive. This is where you get to work with me. You and I are going to sit down together and go over your entire business. I want to know everything. I want to see your vision, your goals. I want to see your strategic plan if you have one. If you don't have, we want to create one. I want to help you change or convert all of your languaging so that you can create your own corporate division within your own brand, message, and business. We're going to build the whole entire thing out so that you can step into the corporate world and offer your services with confidence and with ease. And that means the scripts we're going to do from the beginning to the end. Every single thing that you need to help you confidently step into that. And the other thing that I'm offering as a part of the private intensive is I'm going to connect you to one organization, if you choose to, that provides services to corporate agencies like Crown Rise, like yours will be, and helping you market to corporations. This is the service that we just stepped into that's brilliant on so many levels. And once I said yes, or am saying yes to it, it allows you to have a team pitch your services It's not even really pitch. I don't even know if I want to use that word, but I'll use it for now. Pitch your brand, your message, and your services, your business to corporations to help you sell that contract so that you have this team. Their goal is to get you 2 to 5 corporations every other quarter. If you can handle that, if you can handle more, then you obviously, use them for more. And we worked out an amazing deal so that it's pretty easy. And believe it or not, if you get just one corporate contract that comes in because you have the whole entire ecosystem designed to support corporations, one contract alone could get you up to $150,000 for the year after taxes and all that stuff. You'll probably walk away with about 45 to, let's say, $80,000 off of that contract, depending upon where you are. In California, our taxes are pretty high, so it's a little bit smaller. You get 2 of those, you could, if you do 2 to 3, you can literally have $1 million by the end of the year just in working with corporate contracts alone. And then the goal is not only just with the corporate contract, but these individuals who are working for these corporations who are wanting to continue to do their own personal growth. That's another arm that you get to offer. So one organization who may have 50 to 100 employees could offer long-term clients to your brand, your message, your business every single quarter, every single year. So this is the opportunity that I'm offering to you. Let's go over this again, let me get this out the way. Hopefully you can see this, but if you can't, I am offering the opportunity for you to go from coach to corporate, your workforce expansion pathway. The goal is, how do we expand your brand, your message, and your business into paid opportunities with corporations or organizations? Scan that QR code. You can see all the specific details that are much more expanded on this particular page. And the goal here is to help you and to help corporations receive your content, your wisdom, your expertise that you are already doing. This is not about working harder. This is not about doing any more than you're already doing. It's really about positioning your brand, your message, and your business, and having a tool that can open up the door for you to connect to organizations that are looking for your services right now as we speak. It's definitely working for me. I know that it will work for you just as well. So thank you. I think I'm over my time right about now. If you have any comments or you have any questions, or if you're needing some support in understanding what I'm offering to you, please just let me know. You can always reach out to me. My email address is Dr. Anita, DRANITA, at crownherrise.com. And I would be honored to support you in helping you go from coach to corporate trainer, I should say, and helping you share your brand, your message, your business in a much bigger, bolder way that will change not only your life, but help you make the impact that you're designed to make. All right. With that being said, everybody, take care of yourself. Have a fantastic weekend. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye now.